Hi, how are you all? Yeah, I haven't done a video for a little while because I've been working away, and so I've been, you know, out of touch with with all what's going on in the world. But yeah, just while I was away, just nipping into the shop, that kind of thing, and just a couple of newspaper headlines grabbed my attention. Now I've got a newspaper here dated Friday the 3rd of June in the Daily Express, okay, and it's entitled on the front page, "Killer Food Bugs Hits Britain." Okay, now it says, "Wash all fruit and veg to be safe, say experts." Okay, we'll go into that in just a second. And then I've also got another newspaper, again the Daily Express, front page headlines, and it's dated the Friday the 10th of June, and we have "Hidden Danger in Fruit Juices." Okay, so we're going to talk about that as well. Okay, so let's just talk about this first newspaper headline: "Killer food bug hits Britain, wash all fruit and veg to be safe, say experts." Okay, it says Britons were last night warned to wash all fruit and vegetables as one of the deadliest strains of E. coli ever seen hit the UK. Now, you're all probably aware of this story. There has been a big outbreak of E. coli, or has there? Well, I'm sure there has been. I mean, it's not unusual, an outbreak in something like this. But what makes me suspicious? Okay, now, this also ties in with the second newspaper headline that we're going to talk about with regards to the fruit juices. Now, there seems to be a domino effect. We started off with the ban on the herbs. We also had an attack on the marmite, because of its vitamins. It just seems as though now what is the most nutrition-rich food as far as minerals and vitamins and good things, those good things that we need? Well, of course, it's the fruit and veg, isn't it? Okay. Now, I think that this is a gradual PSYOPs campaign in order for the New World Order to get established and to take control of the world food. Just got one word to say to you: Monsanto. Okay. I think you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, yeah, I mean, basically, right, what we're talking about here is we're talking about problem, reaction, solution. Right, that's the pattern: problem, reaction, solution. So create a problem, be it real or not, or exaggerated, or whatever the case may be, or even a deliberate problem. Okay. So create a problem. Okay. Then there's a reaction as a result of the media coverage on that, panic and fear as far as the food goes, and then a solution. Well, hey, we can make the food safe. Just let us control all the seeds, and let us fuck around with the seeds in laboratories, genetically modify them, and it just all ties up. Okay, now the other newspaper headline, okay, going back to the second newspaper here, "Hidden Danger of Fruit Juices." Now this one is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what they're talking about here? They're talking about the sugar, right, be it natural sugar that you get in fruit, that's contained in fruit juices. Okay, now when I first saw this headline, I thought, I must take a read of that, because I was thinking, yeah, they're talking about like maybe the these fruit juices that aren't really fruit juices, like squash and what have you. And I was thinking, oh yeah, they're attacking the the dangers of aspartame and these artificial sweeteners. That's what I thought, but no, I was wrong. They're not talking about that. They're talking about, well, that's what they should be talking about, but they're talking about innocent fruit juices. Okay. Now, yes, fruit juices contains a lot of sugar. Now they are demonizing sugar because you know why? They want to get you onto sugar-free. Okay. Now sugar-free is the big buzzword for this day and age. Okay. It's sugar-free. Everyone, there's a PSYOPs going on to turn people away from sugar and onto sugar-free. Right? Sugar-free, sugar-free. You see it all over the place. Wherever you go, you see sugar-free alternatives, sugar-free desserts, sugar-free chewing gum, sugar-free drinks. You know, now they've got people believing that you should avoid sugar altogether and go for the sugar-free option because it's healthier and you're not going to get fat. Now, take it from me, better that you be fat than have cancer, because you know the alternative. You know, you see, you're not eating or drinking something bitter because it's lacking sugar. You know, the sugar is substituted with a sweetener, an artificial sweetener. Artificial sweeteners are 400 times sweeter than sugar. Aspartame, Google aspartame, do your research on aspartame. It's a very sinister substance just do the research, honestly. I can't go into all the effects of aspartame in this one video, okay? But yeah, that's what they're trying to do here, because like they're saying that, you know, the sugar in fruit juices, and you drink a lot of fruit juices, and you run the risk of obesity. Well, I'm sorry, but like fruit juice has been around since the beginning of man. There is nothing wrong with fruit juices. Okay, now this is just obvious. This is just obvious. This is common sense to most people. Okay. Okay, I grant that if you drink fruit juices all day, you're probably getting too much sugar, right? But that's the least of your worries. That is the least of your worries. Because, you know, if you had problems, it's probably because your excessive intake of fruit juices is accompanied by other poor eating and drinking habits with that. Now what they should be attacking is like the like of energy drinks such as Red Bull and Boost, and these energy drinks with high levels of caffeine, taurine, sweeteners, you know, and a whole lot, you know. Now that stuff's bad. Okay, there's a whole list of bad stuff that they ought to be putting their attention on and maybe creating some public awareness on, but they're picking on the fruit juices. So it makes me suspicious, you know. And now they're making everyone scared of fruit and veg, you know, saying it's wash your fruit and veg. Okay, so it just seems to me that it's got Codex written all over it. Codex Alimentarius. Check out Codex Alimentarius. Research on that. Okay, because that's it looks as though it's the beginnings of the implementation of Codex Alimentarius to me, yeah, it concerns me. This is bad, you know. You know, it's like I was talking to some people there with regards to you know, all this, you know, about the herbs and about the vitamins and what have you, and people say, oh yeah, but you know, it's probably good, it's probably good. Well, okay, well let's just imagine for a moment that's correct. Let's just say that there are harmful herbs and harmful vitamins. Just suppose that's right. It does not alter the fact that there are far more harmful and deadly things that are part of our everyday lives that ought to be tackled primarily. Right? These things should be the bottom of the list. Okay? So yeah, so just a couple of points there, a couple of big newspaper headlines in the UK.